Guys, we are finally back again for another reaction on this here Brbptv. Be real, be positive television, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the vibrations. Of course, I'm over my Miss Licks. I know I come close to some of all you television, but hey, you have to see my pause, man. With all that said already, guys, welcome to each and every one of you guys right there. And of course, let us get into the vibrations right there. I actually saw this on Facebook, and I had to share it with you guys right there. And I want you guys to understand the depth to which this question is being asked. It's not just a surface level thing, brothers and sisters, but is it possible for one to be stable in an unstable environment? Brothers and sisters, is it even possible? When things are going around you and it's chaotic, can you then be so focused in mind, brothers and sisters, that it is possible to be stable in an environment that is chaotic? I'm thinking to myself of an earthquake. When you know there's an earthquake, guys, people are not just this, like this. People are worried and they're trying to figure out what to do. When the ground is shaking around you, what is there to do? Brothers and sisters, when the economy is not doing well, how can you survive in an unstable environment? How can you be therefore stable? Furthermore, is it possible for one to be stable in an unstable environment? No, guys, the only solution I have, that is God. To tell you the truth, it's God. That's the only solution I have, brothers and sisters, to this. And just the mind frame of human beings, brothers and sisters. When the place is shaking, are you focused enough to stand the test of time of the chaos that is going around you? And when I talk about chaos, guys, I'm talking about chaos from the top to the bottom. I'm talking about that. Brothers and sisters, I have to bring us back to Charles Savre, the president of the Nature Isle of the Caribbean, apparently, who just bypass the little boy on the road and just go about his business. Yes, man. Is he? We're going to view in a moment, brothers and sisters. I heard that he sent a bouquet. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that he sent a bouquet. You mean to tell me you pass a little youth on the road who has fallen? You don't stop to say nothing, but because people realize it was you, or it's alleged to have been you who have passed and not the prime minister. But they say it's the president that passed. And the best thing you decide to do was to send a bouquet. All right then. Yes, Lord.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
There is the unfinished business of electoral...
Let me make this louder, guys. Let me make this louder. Edit that for me, please. Volume enhance. Compress the audio for me to make sure I get that good. Compress the audio now. Where you compress? Okay, levels up. Compress up for me, please.
Mr. Speaker, there is the unfinished business...
That is the partner right there, Mr. Man, that you see in there, the president of Dominica.
...of electoral reform. And I would urge members on both sides of this honorable house...
Let me stop that, brothers and sisters. They are giving time. I think this is on Keep It Real 767.
There is the unfinished business of electoral reform.
They're talking about the unfinished business of electoral reform. When was the date when this was being stated?
And I would urge members on both sides of this...
February 10th, 2020. All right.
I would urge members on both sides of this honorable house.
That was 3 years ago, brothers and sisters. 3 years ago.
And the public at large to approach the debate on electoral reform from the point of view of ensuring that the rights of all eligible voters are protected and that the names of persons who are not eligible to be on the voters list in conformity with our laws are struck off.
That's the president, the one who's supposed to supersede the prime minister. When things are going wrong in the country, he then steps in to say, hey, no, stop your dirty ways. He's then saying how important it is for electoral reform to be had. Not just to be heard, brothers and sisters, but to be heard. And why he said that?
That the names of persons who are not eligible to be on the voters list from the point of view of ensuring that the rights of all eligible voters are protected.
For the rights of all eligible voters are protected.
And that the names of persons who are not eligible to be on the voters list in conformity with our laws are struck out.
Yes. All right. You heard that? Oh, all right.
There should therefore no longer be any room for animosity, quarrels, hateful speech, and conflicts on the matter of electoral reform.
There should be what?
There should therefore no longer be any room for animosity, quarrels, hateful speech, and conflicts.
Why?
On the matter of electoral reform.
Because electoral reform has not been done. 3 years ago, Mr. Man said that.
Which is a continuing process and not a short-term, once and for all exercise.
Oh, okay. Has it happened? When was the last electoral reform? When was the last one, brothers and sisters? We were promised this 2019. That was 4 years ago. Well, almost 4 years ago. 3 years ago, he made this statement.
We need also to empower the Electoral Commission to proceed with the exercise of issuing ID cards.
There was something somebody told me the other day. There's some strong labor rights somewhere overseas. That person is a labor right in the country, you know, and whatever. They support the Labour Party in the country. Great for them. That person was then making noise with somebody I know in Dominica, right? The person was a labor right in Dominica, left to be a labor right in another country, doing things in that country. Person making noise with that person in the country, saying, where is your voter ID cards? Look, mine. The person telling the Dominican, look, my voter ID card, where is yours? You mean to tell me that still hasn't happened yet? Ah, Marquis,
which will be used for voting by approving the...
Hold on, guys.
Which will be used for voting by approving the necessary legislation. We need also to encourage confidence in the institutions of the state and the mechanisms they provide for resolving differences.
That has not happened yet. Up to now, that has not happened yet, brothers and sisters. Up to now, that has not happened yet. But you know what, the beloved Prime Minister, all you Prime Minister that love all you so much for free and fair elections, what he say?
Wonderful things happen in the economy, and I would like to put this issue of electoral reform at the back of the country so that we can focus.
He want to put, boy, for 3 years, this happened like last week, brothers and sisters. Last week that happened, the man talking about he want to put it. Maybe it's not me. Maybe I've wax in my ears.
Wonderful things happen in the economy, and I would like to put this issue of electoral reform at the back of the country so that
he want to put the issues of electoral reform at the back of the country, and it has not been done. Yet still we had the president talking about putting electoral reform in the forefront, and therefore things to happen so that animosity and fairness, animosity against people and fairness can happen, brothers and sisters. Animosity can stop and fairness can actually take place. But the Prime Minister is coming and say what?
wonderful things happen in the economy.
Which wonderful things that is happening in the economy? Which? The economy rising? Is the economy, labor rights out there, help me understand. Is the economy rising? Are there things, opportunities in the economy that is considering to be better rising? No? Okay.
This issue of electoral reform.
But he wants to put the issue of electoral reform where?
At the back of the country, so that we can...
At the back of the country, you know. Not even in the middle. Not in the next agenda. At the back, the very man that talk about within 100 days of his steed in 2019. When was the last election? 2019, I believe it is. Yes. 2019, 100 days. electoral reform will have been done. 4 years has passed. They had the Dennis Byron situation that had to go through. When they say, hey guys, we're going to get the information from Dennis Byron. He know to write letter for Hector Jordan, but he don't know how to write letter based on the letters that was sent to him using the direct channels that they tend to use, for which he then stated, I did not see it, no, I didn't see it a whole month. So apparently, boy, look thing in that place there, boy. Look thing in that place there, we got sir. Mezami.
So that we can focus all our energies on everything.
On everything except the electoral reform. My boy said something rather interesting right there, brothers and sisters. My boy said that yesterday, that I was talking about when they had the meeting in Roseau, when the unification of different citizens came together and said, hey, we need electoral reform. My boy said that yesterday when that took place, she and the kitchen staff had a great day. Apparently, my boy was at the electoral reform rally. I'm guessing despite the inclement, I guess, despite the weather conditions, it was kind of raining and people didn't know what to do. The paying of people, yes, we heard that they were trying to pay people to not be at the very rally that was needed for electoral reform that would cause free and fair elections to happen. They paying the citizens, and you know what mind boggled me, brothers and sisters, that the citizens were also taking the money for them not to show up at their own freedom to then say who should be the true representatives from free and fair elections when they go to the polls. They took the economy that bad, not true? Where man have to give up their own reasoning for free and fair elections just so they can gain a little funds. That is how we work in there, boy. Human beings doing that to themselves. Human beings are doing that to themselves just for something that has applied value, no real value. You mean to tell me you're giving up your freedom and the choice and your right choice to be fair in choosing for a few dollars? Really? That's crazy. Anyways, the pain of the people not to attend and the fear of victimization. The meeting was very successful. Indeed, I was there. You guys saw it on Brbptv as well. So definitely check that out right there. The message went out loud and clear. And it was very clear indeed that Dominicans are beginning to stand up. Yes, despite the odds, there was still quite a number of people that definitely came out. So the message was indeed loud and clear. The helper said Tumate Scared was forced to hold a mess conference this morning. I'm guessing after the meeting. My boy said Nurse Rosie was on fire. Yes, I saw that one. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Anyways, my boy said Nurse Rosie was on fire and demonstrated that Dominicans should fear no more. I think we was saying that now. But fear no more. I think it was Edison James who said that. Fear no more. Anyways, my boy stated that the Nurse Rosie did definitely break the shackles yesterday. She came out and she was on fire for true. And other public officers. Oh, one thing I must commend them officers that were there, because some of them were really into the vibrations, no doubt about it. Hey, everybody feeling it, you know. Some people want to pretend, hey, we're not feeling it, but they're feeling it too. I know some of them just want to get raised, but as a result of the economy that are not doing well, they have to then forfeit it. They have to forfeit the raises that they're trying to get there. And you know what that's going up, guys? The value of money decreasing, while the payments for such to use these monies is increasing. Interesting. People who fear victimization will begin to stand as well. Nurse Rosie left us with a rally cry. We need reform, electoral reform, and we need it now. True are the words that is being stated right there. However, we see Scarecrow. That is when Sarah's Kennedy sent his children overseas to be born. You know, overseas to born. They born overseas. He's the prime minister of the country. You know what? He sent his little ones to go and born overseas, man. For betterment. He's the prime minister looking for betterment for your country, and you're making your little ones go and born overseas for betterment. So what does that say about the country that you're running? Alright, but economy doing well, not true? Anyways, brothers and sisters, so we have all these things taking place. But apparently St. Vincent has a new merger of an airline. Air Canada will operate 4 flights per week starting November. St. Vincent, the very St. Vincent, I think that had some talks with the government of Dominica stating, hey, all you don't need international airport. They have the international airport though. and Air Canada is dropping on, whereas we had daily flights from Miami. Apparently do that again, no? Is when you get daily flights from Miami, you know, brothers and sisters. Did that even start back? I don't know. They say summertime it might start back. Well, see how that goes. Interesting stuff. But there's another thing that I would like to see right there, guys. It's like Dominica developing its own. Look, Barbados. Barbados is making a debut with what? JetBlue and BTMI, brothers and sisters. Yes, hi. So Barbados doing its thing as well. You know, with its international airport. But scary, scary. All right, scary. All right. Yes, sir. You're in your plane. Not true. Okay. But you know what, guys? Sometimes all we have to do is just reflect back in the past. That's all we can do. You might see your mother them running up and down. Your mother and your father probably running up and down, brothers and sisters. For those of you who know where this is, let me know in the comment box below, guys. I just thought I'd post this. Or look at Coca-Cola sign there. Coca-Cola sign there, father. But hey, what do you think this is, guys? Let me play it for you guys one more time. Who's that person? Is that person alive now? That was back in the day. That is probably where your mother and your father they must playing on the road there, boy. That is something else. Look at them kind of vehicle there, boy. That is Cuba, man. Cuba that have them kind of vehicles there, brothers and sisters. By the way, for a little clue, this road is a 1-lane road now. Back in the day it was a 2-lane road. So you could come this way and then you could go this way. So what do you think this area is, brothers and sisters? Let me know that in the comment box below, guys. Also, let me know your thoughts on the situation that I spoke about there on this here reaction video. I was gonna do something else, but I figured, you know what, let me just leave it as this and then continue doing my thing, guys. Let me go and eat my lunch right now. I'll eat all your lunch. All right then, great for all you, congratulations. But I don't eat mine yet, so we're going to do this. And with that said, guys, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Look at that. Look at that. All right then. Anyways, guys, be real. I'm being real, guys, and I'm hoping for positive change. Hoping for positive change. So be real. Be positive.